What's up, people? Okay, this is another handyman tip video. Um, tips. What did I cover in the last one? Use good parts. Don't use the cheap stuff. Save you from possibly going back and replacing it again. I think I dabbled in the $1,000 day, trying to hit $1,000 of work in a day. Maybe we'll go over that a little bit more. Tips. Okay, well here's a good tip. As you can see, I definitely don't write a script down or even try to write down my ideas of what am I going to make on the next video. Just try to keep them in my head, which is not working very well. So anyways, here's a good tip. This is a good tip right here, which obviously you should know, is absorbing the most information on different types of jobs as possible. The more different types of jobs you know how to do, the more money you're gonna make and the more successful you're gonna be. So it's not just, see, the whole thing about being a real successful handyman, I believe, is not only, going out and doing the work. It's lining up your customers, offering the largest variety of work. When it comes to a handyman, some people are calling you to hang a picture. I didn't know what to charge someone for hanging a picture when I wasn't taking those calls. I wasn't taking the little weird odd end jobs that an older or disabled person or just someone who can't use their hands at all or don't want to use their hands at all. I was, turning those people down for such small, little, odd, end, weird jobs. They might want something custom, a custom little step, one extra step. It's an older person, and they want an extra step, or their toilet paper roll came off. You know what I mean? How do you charge for such small jobs like that? So I would pass those up. But those are really, when I first started off, those are really, there's more of an abundance of those jobs, the little odd and end jobs. There's endless supply of those. It's just getting the right amount of money for them and having them all lined up on your schedule back to back to back to back. If you can get 3 a day or 4 a day, that would be great. So learning all of those little jobs, like light bulbs, get down on the light bulbs, get down on all of your small minor electrical things, like changing out fixtures, fans, sockets, small things like that in the electrical. Doorknobs, I love doing doorknobs. Someone wants every single doorknob in their house replaced, it's $35 a doorknob, and if I have to do any kind of chiseling or any kind of modification to make the doorknobs fit, like some of these older doors in these older homes, sometimes things don't fit exactly how they should, so that's an additional charge. But who would have thought, you can make $1,000 off of doing doorknobs, or $500 off of doing doorknobs. Now, this doesn't include the doorknobs itself. You have the customers go pick out the doorknobs and you, of course, install them all. Also, upselling. Upselling became once you learn all these other, I call them handyman hustles. They're not really hustling anybody. They're just a hustle for you. So I come across, every time I get into a new groove or a new handyman hustle, I have my eye open for it when I'm doing another job and I kind of offer it. If I see under the sink, the angle stops look real crusty, or it has those really cheap old supply lines, I always throw, oh man, these things, they leak. And they do leak. They do leak. Those cheap supply lines that aren't the braided wire, they're just like the soft metal. And they have the little cheap ankle stops on them. Those always leak. And if you even try to replace them, and for the most part, they're going to leak anyways. So I keep my truck stocked up with a few of them, and I offer it, $100 to replace each one. So stay prepared, stay ready, learn all of these small little odd and end jobs, and have it in your truck and try to upsell. You go do one job, make sure you're coming back to do something else that you sold. And if you got your schedule all lined up, the game is to have your days lined up with the most small little jobs that you can handle in the shortest period of time. I think that was worded out correctly. Then you'll of course, that's when you're gonna hit your, 400, 500, 600, 700, maybe even $1,000 a day. Like I said in my last videos, personally, I haven't hit $1,000 a day. But for example, tomorrow I have someone has a leak. They can see the leak is coming out of their ceiling. They have the drywall damage. So I'm pretty positive that's coming from the toilet. Most likely just a wax ring. Hopefully it's just a wax ring. Possibly a messed up fitting or something on the ABS, or maybe even the flange. I don't know. But most likely it's going to be a minor repair, and I'm charging $500 for it. $500, and I'm going to patch up the drywall as well. So she's getting a killer deal. Plumber will charge way more than that. But it's only going to take me a couple hours. Hopefully, if all goes well. Things don't always go well, but if it all goes well, it's only going to take me a couple hours, and then I have a job for replacing a fence post. Not a fence to the fence, but it's to the gate on the side of the yard. Not the post that has the gate with the hinges on it for the door, but where the latch is at, so where it latches, right? And it's in some cement. The post is in some cement, so I gotta charge a little more for that, because I'm gonna have to chip out the cement, and it's 100 degrees out here, and I said $300. To me it was worth $300. I'm gonna be out there chipping cement and digging, and they're okay with that because there's a shortage on handymen. And who else are they gonna call to fix that? And they need that fixed. They go in and out of the gate all the time with the garbage cans. That has to get fixed. So they're gonna pay the $300 to get it fixed, and I'm gonna do it as best I possibly can. I'm gonna put that post in there, that's gonna last 30 years, because I'm getting paid good money to do it. So anyways, like I said in my previous videos, don't be a shitty handyman. Be the best handyman you can possibly be. Do the best work you can possibly do. And so anyways, going from the $500 job to the $300 job, it'll be a full day tomorrow. That's $800, $800 day. Of course, it's not every day, but if you get them frequent enough, you're making good money. If you're hitting, $500 to $800 days a couple of times a week, 3 days a week, you're making decent money. So that's the name of the game for the handyman. Small jobs, the most you can do, the most small jobs you can do in a shorter period of time. Charge the most you can charge, do the most best job you can do, and you're going to be doing great. And hopefully I'll remember this. I want to make a video on, I'm aiming, anybody's welcome to watch my videos and absorb the information they get from my videos. Anybody and everyone's welcome to that. But what I would like to see is a lot of young men, take this on. Be a handyman, because you're immediately your own boss, and you have control of your own in financials, I guess I would say, you know, how long is it going to take for you to get a raise at your company? 4 months, 6 months. You want to raise in your own company, you just be more motivated and make more money. So, I think that's the end of this one. Tips of the day: learn as many handyman hustles as you possibly can. Be a very open-minded. This job is more open-minded than you can ever believe. There's so many little weird odd-end jobs that people want. The only way you're gonna find them all is by getting out there and talking to the customers. Light bulbs, power washing houses. That's one I want to get on now. It's summertime. I wouldn't mind power washing a house. We charge $500 for that. $500 to power wash a house. Something I'm going to be trying to get on there pretty soon is offering power washing houses, even forms of pest control. Spraying for spiders. Setting out traps and stuff for the rats. I definitely do a lot of rodent repair work. Or squirrels where they're messing up people's roofs and stuff. I definitely do patchwork. So yeah, pest control and pest repair is definitely more of handyman hustles, right? So I'm gonna keep posting all the little hustles I come across. It's hard for me just to bring them up out of the top of my mind. Like I said, I don't write this stuff down, which I will. I'm gonna start writing stuff down so I can give you guys the most information as I can, and you don't have to watch a 15-minute video and try to capture all the little things that I'm saying. I am going to write them down and read them off to you in a video of all of my best hustles, and hopefully you will make a lot of money from them. You have to keep your eye out when you're at the customer's house. You have to keep your eye out for these hustles and offer it to them. Also, another very, very good tip is if you are on the internet, do whatever it takes to be highly rated. Make sure you talk to your customers after the job, and make sure they're really happy with it. Be as kind and as nice as you can possibly be, and get them 5 stars. You get them 5 stars, you can charge more money, and you tell your customers, I'm a 5-star company, so you know what I mean, you pay 5-star price. All right, have a blessed day. Stay safe out there, and make lots of money and be successful at whatever you're doing.